gamers? Welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live, back with some more Planet Coaster 2. I'm very excited for tonight. I had a lot of fun playing around with the new DLC last night, and we have a lot more DLC to be playing around with. So we're gonna go ahead and pop in. I didn't do a ton off stream, obviously, because it was last night and I just went to bed. But this coaster is now open, and I gave it a nice name. It's called Blast to the Past, because I didn't want to name it directly Back to the Future. We don't have the rights to that. So Blast to the Past as an homage, and then also made this nice queue kind of around the lawn and then going up into here. I haven't done anything with the station yet. We still need to work on this. Maybe we'll do that tonight, but I want to work on another coaster, obviously. And I have two ideas for coasters right now. The first one is a family coaster, which I think would be good to put. I don't know. I definitely want this to wrap back around. Or I might want it to, I don't know if I want this to dead end or not. I haven't decided yet, so we'll hold off doing anything over here. But I want to do an indoor coaster. I want to use Studio B here, and I want to do a motorbike coaster. Obviously wizard themed. We won't theme it directly to Harry Potter because, again, we don't have the rights to that. But I think a nice motorbike coaster, I already kind of have an idea for it, something to make it fun. And we'll theme the queue to like a studio lobby or like studio office or maybe like a movie museum kind of thing, just sort of make up stuff. And then the coaster itself, I'm thinking a few major sections. I'm thinking Magical Town at the beginning, maybe a castle. I don't really trust my ability to build a good castle, but maybe we'll try to do that. A dark forest section, a cave with a dragon, and then some kind of finale. Maybe like another dark forest, but add some of like the Nordic ruin stuff and do like the wizard fighting animatronics. So that's kind of the idea I have. So we're going to go ahead and boot up coasters. We're going to go to create new, and let's find that motorbike. Where is it? Where is it? I haven't used it before, so I don't know what it thumbnail looks like. Ah, here it is. Dude, this thing looks so cool. They did a great job with the train. I'm thinking like this. So if we come here, and I want it to start elevated. So this should be plenty of room for the queue, I think. So if we start it here, come up. I'm thinking here. So now we gotta keep the, excuse me, stairs in mind. So right here. All right. It's 3. Oh, okay, interesting. What's the difference between the two of these? Oh, this one has like, okay. This one just looks a little different. So if we'll go down here. So this is gonna start off going through a town. So I'm thinking like country road, go here. Maybe like a bridge over some water, just add some dynamic assets to it. We'll just max this out. How fast is that getting us? 42, perfect. Up by 6. 35. Go down like here. can make this a little tighter. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have a street. We're going to do a curve. And another kind of straight street. Be like here. And then we need to keep it over this way a bit, so 33. $33. $33. Actually, no, sorry. No, this is right. I'm trying to do like a trick track sort of thing. So clearly the lateral G's are a bit much, so did like 10. 10. Okay, we're not at quite the right angle for a trick track, so maybe if I did like this. Start here. . 33, boom, boom. Okay. Let's smooth this out and see how it actually does. We can always slow down the launch a bit. Yeah, that's pretty significant. So let's slow this down to 35. I don't want to go in faster than that. Let's see how that works. That's better, but it could still, I think maybe 30. Okay. That's still kind of really slow, but... Alright, so we got it in the town. So now we get here, and I want a turntable. Can I just get like a... spring... Oh. Oh, wait. That's kind of fun. I just had an amazing idea. Okay, so if we do like end of the road blocked here, then this to kind of make it like the motorbike is jumping up. Yeah. Spring. Target speed. I think the 1 second was fine. This one will do a 45 mile an hour launch. Block section mode on right into more boosters going up. Maybe I can put a house here. Have it kind of go above the house. I think that might be fun. Because this is going to be decently themed. So I want to make sure I kind of think of that ahead of time. Let's see how this looks. Oh, it does it twice. That's kind of fun. It's kind of like failing. I'm trying to like envision what scenery I want to put around this while I do it. Because that's going to definitely impact. Because maybe if we have like some kind of creature here. Maybe if we just did it once. Lift motion, spring, accelerated. Cannot place here, cannot place here. Okay, maybe I'm overthinking this a bit. I like the idea. I just wish I could change the number of bounces. Okay. So now we gotta think storyline-wise, the bikes are flying. So now we need to kind of mimic that motion. I think I'll have the dark forest section over here. Maybe over here. Yeah. So I could just make a bridge over the road to get this back over here. Then this can be the cave section. And then that's back through the dark forest again. Okay. I kind of have in my brain how I want this to look. Or I guess the storyline. Let's go here. I can always expand this building. For story reasons. Okay, just like this. Helix. Helix is what I want. Have it go under. I can find ways. I would assume I can find ways to hide this transition. Like by turning this into like a tunnel of some kind, going underneath the road. Because all of the houses and stuff are probably just going to be facades. Except in places where I need it to not be. Okay. So what did I want? Okay. I know what I'm doing. Need to be more this way. It's the only problem. For what I want to do. Okay. It's way too tight. Oh. Okay, well, it's way too tight for what I want to do. So we gotta go 50. Okay, no. Okay, as much as I like this second half, we're gonna need to rethink it a bit. So I think I made a mistake. I think we need this to be more straight on. So we have one part of the town kind of up against this wall. And then boom, dead end. Here, dark forest over here. And then dark wizard. Because I want to do a spike with the dark wizard, then down. Then into the dragon cave. Spin around. With like maybe a fire effect. And then blast out back into the dark forest. Then back. We also need to remember that that's the... Okay. I need to remember like the story beats in my brain. It's town, forest, dark wizard, cave, dark wizard plus forest. And then back. Maybe... Hold on, I just had a thought in my brain. Yeah, okay. Put it here. Then we can have it drop into the town. If I put it here, and then okay. Is that long enough to fit the whole train? Probably like that. Okay. So this needs to be even more back. Okay. So what I'm essentially doing here is I can make the queue a part of the town. So I want this to be in like a house up on the hill. So if I make the queue like maybe like the outside of town, then I can have this on a bridge over top of the queue, and that could be the final break run. And that makes kind of like sense thematic wise. You can even have it like come out of a tunnel or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. I also need to remind myself that I can expand like bits of this building. and turn it into more of a studio facade building. Especially if we're using it for a ride. I think that justifies it a bit. Okay, so let's have an accelerate up to 35 miles an hour. Immediately into town. Okay. And here's where we can do the kind of trick track. Boom. Okay. All right, so that's the town. I was thinking about doing a castle, but... Okay, so now... Okay, so town. And then... Maybe having the dark forest here. And maybe we can have like a fun outdoor section. I think that's not illegal. First out the back. This could be the regular forest. This is a 45-mile-an-hour launch. Max force. Did I do block section mode on this? Yep. Okay. All that's fine. Acceleration rate needs to be more. Okay. Then boom boom. Okay. Boom. Boom. And then... Four. Might be way too tight. Yeah, 4Gs is not sustainable. Boom. Nah, because it's supposed to be flying now. So I think having a low to the ground helix makes no thematic sense. Boom. This. Okay. Here. Like here. I feel like this coaster is just going to be way too long, but I also feel like I don't care. I just decided I don't like this outdoor section. Like, conceptually. I don't think it fits. These themed coasters are always so tough because it's just a constant battle of like, no, I want it to be like this. I want it to be like this. Okay. We just made the trick track a little too long. But I need it to be like... This is so hard. Trying to like picture all the scenery that isn't there so I make sure I leave room for it and like have the coaster. I mean, part of this was, you know, to quote JFK, I was doing this not because it was easy, but because it was hard. So I kind of knew what I was getting into, but like my brain really struggles with like the picturing things that aren't there. Okay. This. This is gonna be a bridge. I don't know if that was clear, but boom. What's up, doofles? Just joins, reminds me of Dark Coaster at Busch Gardens. Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I haven't been to Busch Gardens since they opened that. The last time I went to Busch Gardens was like a year after they opened Voyage. So that's how long it's been since I've been to Busch Gardens. I kind of agree with you, doofles, in that they should have added an Intamin straddle coaster. But, actually, yeah, no, they should have. I think the one I'm thinking of might not even. It's like a different kind. But I was gonna say the thing with like straddle coasters is I've only been on 2, or I guess straddle type coasters. I way prefer the riding position of Hagrid's motorbikes as opposed to like something like Tron Legacy. It's the fucking, that's the movie. That's fucking stupid. Whatever the fucking Tron coaster is. I want to hurt my back because I'm too weak. This is probably going to be forest as well, so come through here. That's too high. Or come through here. There's going to be buildings here, or probably a gate, so this will be a bridge. Just like this. Light cycle run, that's what it's called. I've only been on the intimate straddle coasters, not the Vekoma ones like Tron. That's why I didn't say it outright, because I was like, wait, I don't think Tron is intimate. Yeah, I think Hagrid's nails it. I haven't been on any of the intimate ones, but from what I've seen, it seems like they went more of like a Hagrid's type half straddle, half chair kind of deal, which I think is way better. Okay. So we still need... I need my Dark Wizard Spike. So I want to have like it go up and there be like a wizard animatronic like Rawr! And then it fall back down. Then do something with that. Maybe I'll do it back here. I can make like a little special area for this. Oh, but then that means we need to switch track somewhere. Oh, I have an idea. We can build it outside and we'll just have its own special little section for it. And that'll be a good way to hide it. So if we go into switch tracks, what do we got here? Yeah. This is essentially what I want. And since it's going out the back, that will work well. I don't want it to be even close to vertical. Built it way too short. And then this is going back into the forest. So it comes out like that. Okay, and this is all part of the forest. So... Okay. So I'm trying to think of where I'm going to put this cave. So there needs to be a cave. Maybe I'll actually build it into the ground. You'd have to be pretty deep, though. That's the only problem. Okay, yeah. No. Yeah. Ooh. This could be kind of fun. Having it kind of come alongside this track underneath the bridge. Faucet sprung a leak. Anybody? And as of right now, nothing's in the way. Oh, did I do this one wrong? Oh, I don't have a spike over here anymore. Okay, we need to change that. Check clearance. This will give a fun little moment of airtime. And then also, you're only going up a little bit and then down a drop. So it'll make like a nice, interesting effect. We're going to auto tunnel. So this is going to be the Dragon Cave. So kind of like here. But we want to kind of slow it down a bit. So we're going to want to have not that. There we go. Probably 30 miles an hour. I think should be good. Ah. I kind of hate doing things underground. So, you know what? Let's just carve out the space, because we're going to not be using the default land texture anyway. We can always just cover it up by flattening it out and then doing the auto tunnel thing. But I want to be able to see what I'm doing, okay. So come here. Okay. We're still backwards. We need a turntable. I need the opposite of this. I think this one. Okay, we need to get back there. So I think more dark forest. Okay. Not quite what I want. Okay, so this is just normal switch track. Maybe. I think we want something more like this. Okay. I think this could be an appropriate place, maybe, for the... Turntable left, then pass by? Oh, this is a turntable into a swing launch. Okay, we don't want that. That's not what we want. I want a turntable into normal. Maybe... turntable. I guess this. Okay. I just had a different idea. I'm just spamming Control Z because I just had an insanely different idea. Instead of going into the cave this way, we don't need to go completely underground. Down a bit. Into like some kind of crypt thing. And then do a drop track. Drop. Yeah. This is what we want. And this launches us into a tunnel. This is where we can interact with the dragon. Boom. Then on, okay. I think this is gonna be like a crypt. That's gonna be the idea with this. Okay, this is all working good. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to kind of slow the roll on that. What we just found out is we can make this way tighter. Okay. Getting pretty close to what I need. So now we can do the turntable. Like, that's a pass-through. On. Okay, yeah, this one. Thing. Why can't any of these be block section mode? That's a bummer. These should be block sectioned. Okay. It's fine if it's not. We're pretty much at the finale now. We have enough speed. Maybe we just forgo the dragon and save that for a different property. Like here. Okay. I'm kind of just making it up now, which isn't good for this type of coaster. Also, so far we only have 2 block zones, or 2 block sections, so, or whatever. Auto tunnel. We'll do something. So it comes down, shoots out, then maybe. Okay. And this will also give us kind of like a good barrier. So I'm gonna have buildings here, and then I think this is gonna be western section. So I'm okay with having a outer section here, especially this low to the ground. So I'm gonna have buildings kind of all around here. So it'll be pretty easy to control the sight lines. Okay. All right. This thing's kind of a mess, but it's our mess, you know? And I kind of have a good idea for the most part. Sort of what I'm going to be doing with it. So I think it will end up working out pretty well. Well, that. This still isn't long enough. I'm just now realizing. I can't believe I never noticed that. I felt like something was off. So we got that. It goes through its whole thing. That's actually quite smooth going into that. Okay. Let's give it a little ride. Unthemed, but just see how the layout works out. So picture a town. This is a town. Then we got a little bridge. You know? And then we go underneath the bridge. Kind of fun. And then, uh-oh, there's going to be a block in the road. Or maybe an evil wizard. Oh, the evil wizard's... I'm probably going to make it evil. He's putting a curse on us. And I'll build like a house or something to hide the upper part. And then, whoop. And then we're up here. And then we go. And then now we're in the forest. Picture a forest. Spooky forest. Things. Crypts and things. Going over a bridge over the town. Going down. Then blue. And then there's going to be a dark wizard up there or some other kind of thing. And then we back up. And this is going to be inside. We go back. Okay, that's whack. We got to fix that little area there. And then down into like a crypt. So this is going to be like a mausoleum. Then, whoa. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. Maybe I'll just black it out. Just make it dark. Then, whoa. Gotta change that. It's a bit janky. Okay. I don't love it. I think I might be thinking too big. I think this specific type of coaster and like the heavy theming. What's up, One Shot? How are you doing? Good to see you again. I think this idea is too big for inside. And if we're gonna do an inside coaster, it needs to be different. I think that's what I'm figuring out. Unfortunately. So we kind of need to rethink this idea. I'm thinking. My mind is working. Trying to figure out what I want to do. Okay, yeah. I think, as sad as it is, we're going to have to do that. And I have a different idea. It's definitely a good idea. It's just, it doesn't work. It's an idea that doesn't work in the space that I have. I think that's the main issue. It's an idea that doesn't work in the space. I mean, maybe there's a way I could... Oh, let me bring it back. Hold on, roll that back. Maybe there's a... There's definitely a way I could... Yeah, there's definitely a way I could make the idea work, but not with that layout. I think just like a regular dark forest, have the queue be the village, and then maybe like wizard fights in the dark forest. I think that idea works a lot better. For, considering the space that we have to work with. And so now I want to decide, do I want to make this a multiversus coaster? Because that kind of does a lot of the same things that the... No, because we want a spike, so we need the motorbike coaster, because we need a spike. So... Alright, where's that bad boy? Here it is. Alright, take two. Yo, what's up, Rose? How are you doing? Popping in and say a quick hi. I'll be lurking. Nice. Thanks for lurking. Good to see ya. Make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Everybody watching, make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. People often forget, and it actually, like, does help a decent amount in the algorithm, so it'd be really cool. Unless you don't like the stream, then don't like it. I'm doing good. Work's been crazy, so I'm just trying to chill. Going away to see family this weekend, so that'll be fun. It'll be a nice break. I'm going to see my grandpa. So that'll be fun. Bit too crazy. Yeah, yeah, it will be fun. I'm also looking forward to the drive too. It's a really nice drive. Nice and long, and I'll have plenty of time to like, and like it's close enough to where I can take a bit more of a scenic route, not have to worry about like highways and traffic and construction. Knock on wood. It's always fun to drive through the mountains. So my new strategy for this coaster is I'm not going to think about theming. I'm just going to build a good coaster. And then we'll worry about it later. I think first launch, 45. Sorry. Okay. Got the first element. Traffic jam is so bad in the UK in the morning time. I don't know much about UK traffic, but yeah. I mean, rush hour anywhere is always gonna suck. I tend to be a little unsympathetic towards traffic because the area I live in has like the worst in the country. And I don't know what like the comparisons between America and Virginia, America and Virginia, America and UK traffic it is, but I would imagine with how car-centric America is, the traffic's probably a little worse. Although UK is pretty decently car-centric as well. We got our habits from somewhere, you know. Let's see. How are the G's? good. Now, what do I want to do with this next? I think I want this to be a helix. Ah. I hate making up coasters as I go. They always... I feel like it always ends up being kind of jank when I don't know what to do with it. This can all be... Okay. Doing pretty good. We don't have enough speed. That's the problem. This first launch needs to be more powerful. Okay, starting off with a bang. Okay, now we have the opposite problem of too much speed. So let's bring it down. Make sure it doesn't go over 55. Also, I don't like this. Fuck this trick track. We're getting right into it now. That's for later, because you need to remember the thing with the drop track is the drop track also functions as a block zone or a block section. So we need to use it strategically. We need to use the drop track in a place where a block section works for us. So we kind of have to keep that in mind. What speed are we getting? Okay, we're getting up to 60. Three. Boom. Okay. And here's where we go into the switch track. No. Yes. Okay, yeah, so it has to be like this. Okay, so it does that. We'll do a 6. This one can be 60 miles an hour. Block section mode on. I guess we did end up doing exactly what you said, one shot. Using the drop track strategically ended up working out into having a switch track and then a drop track. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so this needs to be a bit more banked. Like this. Okay, well, that's a problem. Okay, so let's come back here. This. Okay. Doing good. I like this layout a lot more so far. And just theming it to like a regular old dark forest. And maybe we can put some village elements throughout. But I think not boxing ourselves into that idea has been really... I think that was a good idea. That was a good call by me. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, so this whole bit's a bit crazy, but I think we can just... Okay. Then now that might not be banked enough. That's my other issue. We gotta work backwards. I gotta remember to work backwards with these kind of things. I think that should be enough to fit the whole coaster. Okay, so that's where we need to end up. Damn it. So now that we know that... Okay, no. That's too crazy. Okay. The clearance on that is kind of fucked. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna need to definitely like black out everything and add a bunch of stuff. We'll probably do theming and stuff next week, so I'm definitely not doing that tonight. It's already 8:30. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. Block section. Okay. I'll go away. Okay. I'm significantly more okay with this version. This bit needs help. I think just maybe like that. Okay. And then this bit, we can definitely just kind of like that. Okay. That should be better now. I'm just gonna skip forward to that part. Much better. What's up, Blue Ink Stories? This is an indoor roller coaster, not a dark ride. It's probably not even gonna have any dark ride segments, but okay, yeah, that's much better second half there. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with this. So now, I guess the first thing to do, weeks. I'm gonna have to dip in a sec, but in the meantime, damn, this wall is really thrown together. Why aren't these lining up? Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this clearance is good enough. I literally thought the game just crashed. It almost did there for a second. All right. And I think what I'm going to do is forests, wizards, and then I think I want to make this like a hallway of some kind just to give the illusion that it's flat, just to kind of like really add some interesting dynamics to it. Still sounds cool though. Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll be a good idea once it's fully executed. I think a lot of the theming I'm probably going to do off stream just because it's going to be a lot of placing things and then not liking it and then deleting it and then placing things and then not liking it. It's just going to be that whole cycle. But all right, we will leave this for now. And I think we'll end. This is mainly just something I want to do. Now that this ride is populated and has people on it, I want to do a rear seat ride. And we'll end on a nice POV of the coaster in motion and open, finally. And again, I still need to do something with this station. That's probably stuff that's gonna have to wait until next week, so I'm gonna be gone all weekend, but alright, I'll disappear. Oops. I love it. I think this coaster came out really well. I was a little bit unsure about it when we first built it, but I think it's come out really nice. And I think this little moment here. Oh, hold on. Let's watch it from the guest perspective. It's gonna go up part way up the top hat. And it's gonna roll back. That was insanely well timed. Holy shit. Oh, that was so well timed. That was awesome. All right, awesome. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, obviously make sure you like it. Helps it do well in the algorithm. Helps it get seen by more people. I will be back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That is right. I am off Friday and Sunday. As I said, I'm going to visit my grandpa, so I won't be here. But we'll be back Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time with some more Planet Coaster 2. Sorry, I was adjusting my chair. Best way to make sure you don't miss any of the streams, especially on weeks like this when there's a little bit of a change in the schedule, is of course to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I'm live 4 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I upload a new video every weekend. This past weekend was Subnautica Part 6, and this weekend is hopefully going to be something. Probably not, though, because I haven't started working on anything. I'm going to be gone all weekend. But either way, new videos usually every weekend when I'm not gone. But thank you so much, One Shot. You have a good day as well. K-pop Demon Hunters. I refuse to watch that show out of spite. Or not show, movie. I refuse to watch that movie out of spite. But that's not either here nor there. Like the videos, like the streams, helps them do well in the algorithm. And I hope to see you guys all on the next stream. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, wonderful end of your week. And as always, stay sponge gamers.